Well, hello everybody, and welcome to the first episode of Minecraft Insanity Mode. I am Atyrum, and this series is kind of an attempt to make Minecraft survival just about as difficult as it can be, while still being possible. The end goal here, of course, is to kill the Ender Dragon and possibly the Wither as well. But before we get to that, let's talk about the rules that I'm using for this playthrough. First of all, there is no health regeneration. If you lose hearts, the only way to get them back is with golden apples or health potions. In addition, this is hardcore, so if I do die, that's the end of the series. I don't actually have the world on hardcore mode because I do want to be able to keep the world download available after the series is over, just in case. But yeah, second rule, diamonds are only to be used in recipes such as enchanting tables or record players, I guess, if I wanted to make one of those. They can't be used for armor, tools, or weapons. Just to make things a little bit more interesting, because I feel like once you get diamonds, things start to get a little bit too easy. So yeah, I wanted to eliminate those. In addition, rule number 3, which involves armor, is that I can only use leather or gold armor. It can be enchanted, but I can't use iron or diamond armor. Because again, I feel like that makes the game a little too easy. I'm not restricting the use of shields at this point in time. If I find that those do make the game a little too easy, maybe in the next season of this, if I keep doing this, then I might outlaw shields later on. But for now, shields are allowed, so I will be focusing on getting one of those pretty soon here. Next rule, rule number 4, is that each episode, I'm going to have to go to a new biome, basically to try and encourage, since I'm not going to be focusing as much on building in this series, I want to encourage a lot of exploration and moving around to keep things interesting. So with that being said, I will be moving to a new biome every other episode. Yeah, just to try and keep things interesting. And I will be building a base of sorts at each of my biomes. And I'm not going to, outlaw, going back to a biome I've already been to. I don't mind going back and continuing a base, but I have to, wait, a couple cycles of going through a couple biomes before I do that. So I'm going to go ahead and gather up a little bit of food here, because food is of the necessity. And speaking of food, my next rule that I'm playing under is that I'm not allowed to set up any farms. That means no animal farms, no crop farms, no mob farms, none of that. All the food I gather, all the mob drops I get are going to have to be gathered from exploration and gathering it from like villages and that kind of stuff. And I will have to kill mobs to get experience or to get any of the drops they have. That means I can't, if I find a spawner, I do have to destroy it. I can't make a skeleton drop farm or a zombie farm or any of that kind of stuff, because they do make the game a little too easy, and I do, again, want to encourage exploration and moving around a lot. And yeah, so the next rule I have is that beds are not allowed, because I feel like nighttime adds a little bit of difficulty to the game, and if you basically, beds let you skip that difficult part of the game, so I kind of want to discourage that. So beds will not be allowed. I can use them if I want them for decorative purposes in a house that I'm building or something like that, although there won't be too much building in this series. I will do that, but otherwise they're not allowed to be used. Obviously, there's no point setting my spawn, because if I die, it's game over, so beds do not have any use other than decoration in this series. And, let's see, the next rule, actually, I believe the final rule I have is that in each episode, I'm going to have a goal I want to accomplish. Of course, the final goal of the series is to kill the Ender Dragon, and once I do that, I might consider trying to go after the Wither, although I feel like the Wither is... Oh, that was stupid. Anyways, I feel like the Wither is kind of a little too difficult to try and take on. Oh, don't mind these wood blocks I left down here. I had a little bit of a false start, and I restarted. I didn't put those back, so I hope that shouldn't qualify as cheating as far as I'm concerned. But anyways, we probably do want to get moving on a little bit, and I should probably gather some stone. But anyways, last rule, as I was talking about, I'm going to have an objective for each episode. One thing I need to do before the episodes end. And how this is going to work is, for this first episode here, I'm going to come up with a challenge myself. I'll try and make it not too difficult, just to start things off with. And the challenges will be getting progressively more difficult as we get through the game. And of course, the final challenge is, as I said, the Ender Dragon. But as far as challenges go, I'm going to be accepting viewer submissions for challenges each episode. So make sure that if you have something in mind for me to do that you want me to do in the next episode that'd be kind of challenging, might lead to some interesting gameplay or exploration, then post it in the comments. I will take any considerations. Thing is, though, as long as it's not, too difficult, I don't want, don't post on this video, go kill the Ender Dragon as your challenge, because I'm not going to be able to accomplish that by next episode. But try and progress up from, less difficult challenges to more difficult ones. So, for instance, some of my beginning challenges, I think today's challenge is just going to be something simple, like go kill 3 zombies at night, so I'm going to do that after night falls, and just to keep it simple for the first one. But some examples of challenges include, for example, collecting a certain amount of a certain block. You could tell me to collect some prismarine blocks, for example. That's probably not something we could do until later in the series, though. But that would require me to go find an underwater temple and fight some guardians in order to do that. So it would be a bit of a challenge. Or to tell me to build with a certain block. Like if you tell me to build with, for example, chiseled sandstone, then I have to go find a desert temple and gather some chiseled sandstone from that. And we're actually running out of food here, and I haven't got a chance to cook it yet, so let's go ahead and eat a little bit. But yeah, or to kill a certain number of mobs, to collect a certain item, like for example, go out and collect a record, which would involve me doing a lot of caving. By the way, I don't think this is one of my official rules, but one other rule that I do want to go by is no strip mining, because I feel like strip mining does make the game a little too easy. We will have to do caving to get all of our stuff, just to keep things a little more dangerous. But yeah, if you want to say go get a record, in which case I would have to go, well, either set up some way to have ooh, this goes somewhere. Set up a way to have a skeleton shoot a creeper, which could be really dangerous and end up with me dying, or go explore caves until I find a dungeon. Another example of an item that I could go find would be a blaze rod, in which case I'd have to go to the nether and all that kind of stuff, but I would save those kinds of challenges until I'm actually at that point where I might actually have another portal. But yeah, I'm just trying to find a way out of this forest right now, because I want to get a bit of a view of what's around me. Other than the false start I had where I kind of botched my commentary a bit and I wanted to restart real quick. I haven't explored this map at all, so I don't really know what's here. I just kind of started up a world with a random seed just to see what I'd get. I didn't check out what kind of biomes are around me. So yeah, I don't really know what I'm going to get here. Kind of hoping to find a village, because a village would provide me with food for a couple of days. And again, like I said, I can't farm that food. All I can do is pick up what they have and continue on with it. I can't actually plant it again. But yeah, hopefully we can find a plains biome and a village, but otherwise we might have to dig in somewhere and do a bit of caving. I do have a little bit of leather, so I can make some armor. But yeah, anyways, so definitely post some comments, post some suggestions for challenges I could undertake. Yeah, I'm open to any kind of ideas. I know there's been a couple of series that have kind of influenced my design of the rules of this series. Of course, one of them, of course, is the Ultra Hardcore series. I've done Ultra Hardcore before, and I didn't just want to do a single-player Ultra Hardcore. I wanted to make things even more difficult, because the difficulty, of course, with Ultra Hardcore is when you play at PvP, and there's actually other players you have to worry about, but obviously this is all done in single-player, so I don't have that issue. That's why I decided to ramp up the difficulty in terms of the player versus environment aspect of things. So yeah, be sure to leave me some suggestions for rules, and I'm open to just about anything. And like I said, I was talking about some of my influences, and one of the other influences I had was in terms of the challenges for each episode. I don't want to rip off anybody, but it does kind of remind me of a series that the Mindcrackers, Milby and Zisto did separately, not together. Kind of a rules that matter kind of thing, where reviewers suggest like certain restrictions and rules that the player has to follow by. So I don't want to rip that off too much. So I tried to make it a little bit different. I almost went with something like that and just said give me rules, but I decided to go with challenges instead, in which you tell me what to do in the next episode. And if you post a suggestion for a challenge in this video and I don't do it next episode because I picked a different one, I mean, it's all up to my discretion which ones I pick. I won't wimp away from the tougher ones, but if I don't do your suggestion right away, you don't need to repost it. I'll definitely look back at all my suggestions for challenges from every video in the series. So if you post it once in the first episode, I might not do it until episode 8, but you don't need to keep reposting it on every video. Yeah, but anyways, we're getting close to night here, and I don't have a stone sword yet. So that's kind of a difficulty. One thing that I know when most people do ultra hardcore, the PvP series, I know there's a rule that if you can't find a cave, you can actually dig down to find one. For the time being, I think I'm not going to allow that either. I think strictly I must find caves that are at the surface level that I can actually see, and I can't actually dig to something, because I feel like I don't know, because once you allow that rule, I mean it can, you know, get out of control. You know, like, oh yeah, I'm totally digging to lava here, and then basically strip mine for like 100 blocks until you find diamonds. So anyways, let's get up here, and I'm gonna make some torches. Ooh, there's a plains biome right there. But yeah, I want to make some torches so I have a little bit of light here, so I can see what I'm doing and possibly set up a temporary base up here on this mountaintop. Yeah, I think I just want to establish a bit of a safe zone here so I can do a little bit of crafting, getting the rest of my tools set up. I think I have enough stone to do a little bit here. Actually, let's get a little bit further up and then build a little temporary wall of sorts, just to protect myself, because I don't want to be killed off by some random mobs coming up here to find me. So kind of what I'm going for is I'm kind of trying to almost reminisce on the early days of Minecraft when I didn't really know what I was doing, and I remember, you know, venturing out and finding a place to set up, and then it became nighttime, and this was before beds were added, and I remember I kind of had to build a fortress kind of like this up on top of a mountain in order to survive the onslaught of all the monsters coming after me. So just trying to get that feel back, that survival feel, that feel of, you know, you kind of stranded in a world, and you basically just have to make do with whatever you can find. And yeah, just trying to bring back that survival aspect. I know I mentioned in my most recent video about Minecraft that I was thinking about doing a series of survival and story-based. Might still do that at some point, but right now it's still kind of in the pre-planning phases. I've been working on like scripting some stuff out and ready out a story for it, but that's still going to happen hopefully at some point. So if you were wondering about that, that's what the progress of that looks like at the moment. So yeah, nothing just yet. Let's go ahead and make a little bit of armor, and then go see if I can hunt out a couple of zombies. Like I said, I want to kill 3 zombies. That's my goal for this episode. Okay, got some armor. I don't have any iron yet, so I can't quite make a shield, so I'm going to have to watch out for skeletons. I'm already down a heart, so that's definitely not good. And let's go ahead and make a sword. Stone sword will do a lot better than the wood sword that I had a little while ago. And I'll also make a shovel and a pickaxe, of course. Or I guess we're only making a pickaxe for now. Okay. We'll make a shovel a little bit later. But now we just have a sword, and that sheep over there scared me for a second. Let's see. I want to see if I can find somebody. Like I said, got to watch out for skeletons and, ooh, like witches like that. That's something to watch out for as well. Plant some more torches up here so I can find this mountain again if I decide to come back to this mountain base. And I do want to get some string so I can start working on a bow. Although, of course, it's going to be pretty hard to get enough arrows since I can't farm like a skeleton spawner, and I can't farm chickens either. So let's try and attract one zombie away from the group. Make sure there's nobody sneaking up behind me. You might want to light this up a little bit better. I don't want to overuse torches too much because I don't want to just light literally everything, because it'd be pretty easy to just, you know, gather up a ton of coal and just light up just about everything around me. So there's one zombie down. We got 2 more to do before we're done with the objective that I set for myself this episode. Definitely looking for more difficult objectives. I hadn't really planned something for this episode, but I decided I kind of wanted to set up an example one. Let's stay away from those skeletons. Ooh, there's llamas over there. I haven't actually seen llamas in game before because I haven't actually gone exploring for them. I'm not actually sure what they do. I think they're useful for as pack animals, and you can use them to carry basically like a mule or a donkey. You use them to carry some of your items around if you're moving base. We might end up taming some of those at some point, although I feel like you need a lot of hay to do that, because I'm pretty sure they take hay bales to tame. So yeah, we'll see. I should go and kill a sheep here so we can get some food. And oh, there's a skeleton coming. Ah, that's not good. That's not good. Okay, let's get out of here. Do I have more blocks? I do have more blocks. Is he still chasing me? No, he's done chasing me. Okay. Already down 2.5 hearts, so that's not a good thing. Please excuse my terrible build up here. It's not meant to be that pretty at this point in time. once I've actually had a chance to gather up some more blocks during the daytime, I'll build something more beautiful. But for the time being, this is going to be my base for this episode and probably the next one. And between episodes, I might actually work on building it up a little bit. I'll keep my recording software running so that if anything interesting happens or I end up dying, then that will be on camera. I'm not gonna, just off camera die and then tell you guys, oh, by the way, the series is over, I died. That'd be kind of sad. Anyways, try and looking out for some more zombies because I want to get 2 more zombies killed before the end of the night. We're about midnight here, so we still do have some time. Yeah, I don't want to fall off here though because I'm already down a couple hearts. So we will need to go do some caving pretty soon here because we are going to need to have the capability to heal up. And oh, there's a zombie villager. That counts as a zombie. I don't know why it wouldn't because he does work the same way as a zombie. And if I found a husk, although I'm not near a desert, I think those would probably count as a zombie as well. So he's down. His creepers over there, I don't want to get anywhere near them because they can probably, like, one explosion, even from a distance, is probably enough to kill me. I don't see a whole lot down there. Yeah, this could kill one more zombie, and I might just end the episode off there. Do a little building on my my little home up here, and next episode, hopefully you guys will have a suggestion for a challenge to take on. Like I said, collecting items or blocks, or finding a certain biome, or anything like that. I mean, we will need to relocate at the end of next episode because one of the rules is that I need to switch what biome I'm hanging out in every other episode, and that does mean the biome that I actually build my temporary shelter in. So if I actually walk over to that plains biome next episode and find a village, this is still my base. So if I wanted to relocate there next episode, at the end of next episode, I could. That is a possibility. But yeah, I have killed 3 zombies now, so that's the end of today's objective. Of course, these episodes won't be entirely focused on the challenges that I'm given and that I set for myself. They'll also be partially focused on gathering up materials to take on the dragon as well, because that's something we're going to need to do. So yeah, that should be the end of this video. Like I said, leave some challenges in the comments, and I'll get to them as I can. Oh, this is a skeleton. Oh, there's a skeleton. Ah! Run. Okay. Get in your house. Get in your house. Is he still after me? Might have to cheese it a little bit here. Let's put a little tiny roof over our house. Yeah, I hate to cheese it like this, but I don't really have enough building blocks to make something decent. And I want to make sure I don't die while I'm giving you guys my outro there. But anyways, so yeah, make sure you leave some challenges in the comments, and I'll get to them as I can. And next episode, I will hopefully have built up a little bit of this house here, so it'll actually look a little bit better, not look like a random conglomeration of wood plank blocks. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next episode of Minecraft Insanity Mode.